Wenger said last week that he feels that English football doesn't help English clubs in the Champions League. He feels that the scheduling of games is sometimes against the big clubs. Now, you play Chelsea at 5:15 next Saturday, 72 hours before you play Barcelona. Do you think that's fair? Would you prefer to play earlier than that? Is that a problem with you?
I don't know if the word is fair. You have a calendar of matches. Of course, it's an advantage. It's an advantage for Chelsea. It's an advantage for Barcelona. It decides which game for us is more important. So, of course, it's very important the calendar in that sense. But I don't really study exactly how you can do it. But we have so many matches to play that it's very difficult to fit all the matches in the calendar without one team or another team has another disadvantage in some weeks.
Because you play Barcelona on Tuesday, Chelsea don't play until the following week, so I guess that you have to make your team suitable for the Barcelona game. Chelsea can play on the big players.
Of course, we have a disadvantage against Chelsea in that game. We did already. We knew the last week that we had a very difficult game against Chelsea when we had 5 players less. Of course, it's very difficult, but it's the calendar, and we must try to do it the best as we can.
Do you think it's a bit strange then, Manuel, because Arsenal play earlier in the day on the Saturday, and I think they play on the Wednesday in the Champions League, so they've got even more time than you. Do you think the authorities should be looking to sort of protect the Champions League teams a bit more and try and give them the help? Because if you do well in the Champions League this season, or if Arsenal do or Chelsea do, it reflects very well on English football. Of
course, I think that every club of the England of the Premier League that arrives further in the Champions League is good for England football. So of course it's better for the England football that the teams have more facilities not to play so near from Champions League to the FA Cup or the Premier League. It depends on what you must play. Also, it's important for give importance to the cup. Yeah. Maybe if I have to in these moments I have to decide which game will be more important. Maybe it's Barcelona. Maybe we will put an alternative team against Chelsea. So all those things I think is better for England football.
Do you think it would be good if they had a situation like in Germany or Spain whereby they actively move the fixture of a Real Madrid or a Barcelona or a Bayern Munich or a Borussia Dortmund to help them?
Well, in Spain, at least they are trying to do it always. Trying to give more facilities to the teams that are playing Champions League.
And you would like to see that happen in this country, in England?
I repeat, all what the clubs do in Champions League is good for England football.
Manuel, there seems to be a few of your players that have suffered quite similar injuries this year. The muscle strains that Fernandinho's had and Aguero and Jovetic. Is that just a coincidence, or is that maybe a cause of the intensity that your team plays with?
It's very difficult to know exactly which is the reason. I think also that we are not the only club that have a lot of injuries. I think in all the countries, and the league are very intensive. The matches very intensive, especially here in England. So that may be one reason. Maybe the way the teams work. Also, it's very difficult to know what happened about that.
What have you made of the condition of the players in England since you've arrived? Is it better than the players that you saw in Spain, or is it?
It's different because football is different. I think the way the clubs play here in the Premier League is different than the way the clubs play in Spain. So, but also in Spain there's a lot of injury. I think there's too many matches for the important players, because not only, well, in England we have one cup more than the countries. But if you add Premier League, plus Capital One, plus FA Cup, plus Champions League, plus national squad, that the important teams have all their players in national squad, I think that it's too many games for the players.
Are Barcelona then at an advantage in a couple of weeks when they play you, because they play less games?
Maybe they will have an advantage. I think the more advantage that they have is Fernandinho, Aguero, and Sarri and Sami Nasri is not fit for for that game. That's the most important advantage. Of course, also that we have to play against Chelsea on Saturday. But we'll see where we are going to with that match.
Jose Mourinho also said that this season you've been very lucky with decisions, that Manchester City have been lucky with refereeing decisions. Is that a fair comment for him to make?
For me, no. It's fair comment, but everyone acts as the way they think is better.
But you don't think you've had favourable treatment from referees?
If we are talking about the decision that the penalty and the send-off against Tottenham was the penalty biggest than a house. Huh? Everyone says that Rose touched the ball with his right foot, but before, with his left leg, he tackles second before he touched the ball, so it was a penalty. I think that was a match with so much difference between each that we score after 4 goals more. That in the first half we have 6 clear chances. Not in that moment with that decision the game changed. It was not the way. The other decision against Newcastle, I think that the referee at the beginning of the season, that was not offside, and after they said, especially that was offside. And I repeat, after we score another goal more, was not a goal that decided the match. We scored, and if we remember a little bit more, the only time that the referees apologized about an important mistake was the win that Chelsea has against Hull. The penalty in minute 94, 93. But that's 2 points more, and not in our case that we could score another goal. So it's very easy to every week say what you think is better for your club. It's a very famous sentence, lie, that something also remains.